Good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. It's Sunday. Today, not heading over to the studio. I promised Vanessa to spend the day with her. We did it so far, just watching some TV shows, cleaning a little here at home. Mostly her, not me. But it's a beautiful day. It's warmer outside, 27 degrees. It jumped from yesterday, 15, 16 to 27. That's insane. Summer has started. And on top of all of that, the coronavirus shit situation seems to be under control, kind of. Do you think like the corona situation, we passed like the worst point?
No.
No?
No.
Don't you think?
Mm-mm.
People getting vaccinated, the numbers are down.
Well, I'm not vaccinated.
Yeah,
Not anytime soon.
I got vaccinated. We like tricked a little. That vaccine was also actually for my mom. So we snuck me in there and my mom got it 2 days earlier somewhere else. But that's a whole nother story. I personally think like we passed the worst point. Like the numbers are going down. I think like we have 30% that are vaccinated the first time and maybe 10% vaccinated the second time. My second part of the vaccination is in 4 weeks. And since today, by law, people that got vaccinated are allowed to go outside again past 10 p.m., are allowed to go to shops and buy stuff. And maybe in a month or two, we'll be allowed to go to the cinema, might be allowed to go to a hotel, maybe leave the country. So I'm thinking from here on out, it will get better. Now, the big question for me is, what will be the effect on the dance music industry, the music industry as a whole? And also, what will it mean for me and my new live setup, light show? That's kind of the interesting part. I'll try to speculate a little, and I got some insights from friends that are working in the industry. Let's see how this goes for all of us. So yeah, in the studio, I know I promised today not studio, but just really quick, I need to like change something on a track that I'm working together on with someone else so they can keep on working on it. But yeah, let's talk about the end of COVID. Finally, man, I made a video like 1.5 years ago when it started, and I said when they're starting to like forbid people to go to soccer games, football games here in Germany, then it's really serious. That never happened before. Like we had events being interrupted that have been interrupted the last time when we had a world war. So that's kind of severe, especially for some people. A lot like people owning bars, restaurants, clubs, everything that has to do with a whole lot of people is pretty much screwed 100%. Me, luckily, I could just do my thing, construct the studio and a bunch of other stuff. So it didn't affect me financially at all, luckily. Now the thing is, what is happening next? We'll have probably the biggest parties on the planet once COVID is over and clubs open up again. My prediction is, I'd say here in Germany, maybe in October, clubs will open again. I think with like a restricted amount of people, maybe just like 60 to 80% of the usual capacity, and only people that got either tested, are vaccinated, or that got infected within the last 6 months and have proof that they are not infected anymore, people that recovered recently from COVID. Because that's exactly the rule that is in effect since today for all of the COVID measurements. So not being allowed to go outside past 10, that one is gone for this group of people. I'm not part of it because you only like count as vaccinated once you got your second vaccination, and then plus 2 weeks when it's fully in effect. So in 6 weeks, I will have a partially normal life again. I will be allowed to meet friends. I will be allowed to meet more than one person outside of my home. I will be allowed to go to shops. I will be allowed to get a haircut again. Like that kind of stuff will be back to normal. Then let's talk about the effects for the music scene. Let's start maybe first with the effects I see for myself. As you know, I've DJed years and years and years. In the recent years, not that much anymore, because I don't know. I preferred being in the studio making music, and DJing didn't fulfill me that much anymore, because it got a little easy and boring, and everyone is a DJ nowadays. Now, during COVID, I got time to reflect, and I came to the conclusion I want to do a live setup. I'm a producer, I know to play instruments a little, so why not do it on stage? And this will be exciting. The time has like advantages and disadvantages, because a lot of clubs are gone, that's a fact. I'd say here in my hometown, at least a third of clubs and bars are struggling hardcore, to the point where they might not survive or didn't survive. So less people actually needing people making music. Same for like wedding planners, event locations, they all suffered heavily. So I think it will take a year up to 2 years to be back to normal. Those years will be strange. I think a lot of DJs will earn less. Of course, not the superstar DJs. They will probably still make a whole lot of money. And I think the market will be a lot harder. Like, even if some DJs disappeared, all of them will be back. There will be less venues, less clubs. And a whole lot of the big DJs didn't play for a very long time in these clubs. During COVID, no one DJ'd. So it's something special, let's say David Guetta, to have David Guetta back at a festival or club. He hasn't been there for 1.5 years. So all of the slots will be going to these people. These superstar people didn't play a long time. The prices will go down a little maybe. They will be super hyped and take any DJ gig they can take. They will take away a lot of slots of like medium-sized and smaller-sized people. So for me, starting this live set show thing, I think in general will be a lot harder. I'm competing against a lot of people that are way more known than me, that are way more established, and that have a high urge to DJ again. Also for the people that are just starting out, it will be really tough, because during COVID, a lot of people that had a regular job that couldn't work had a lot of free time to start a hobby. A lot of people picked up DJing, playing an instrument, and they will also start flooding the market. So the top tier of DJs won't be affected. The middle tier and the lower tier will be affected heavily and will make even less money than before. That's at least my prediction. But again, just like for a year or 1.5 to 2 years, then it will be all bouncing back to normal. As long as COVID doesn't mutate so much that the vaccine doesn't work anymore, if we ever get to that point, we're basically screwed again. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let me know in the comments. This should be like an open discussion. Do you think COVID will make the entry as a DJ producer, getting back into that playing live kind of part, will it be harder? Will it be easier? What are your predictions? When will we bounce back to normal? Again, for me, like 1.5 to 2 years. And yeah, for me and my life setup, it will be tough. So I have to convince even more. I have to make something really special to like be present during this kind of time. A lot of clubs gone. A lot of big DJs are just hyped for DJing again. I can see them like doing more than 1 gig a day in the next coming weeks and years, and take away all of the slots of everyone else. But that's just how it works. Basic economics. The big ones just eat up the food of all of the small ones if there's no big food available. And clubs are gone. A lot of clubs are gone. A lot of people organizing festivals had a really tough time with festivals being cancelled, then announced again, then cancelled again. Not sure yet if ADE will take place. Probably yes, but in a weird form. And for example, Dance Fair, what I absolutely loved, I don't know if they will come back, because they had to cancel twice. They started or tried to start like an online event, which also failed. So there are a lot of people still owning tickets to either the real event or the online event. So now they have to make something, and all of the old tickets Like there will be no new cash for them. It's weird. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think. Tomorrow, Monday, back here in the studio, full on music making.